Hello, ladies, and welcome back to another episode of the Fit Nurse Diaries. And today we are going to chat all things how to actually make this a lifestyle and not feeling like we have to cut out life events, not feeling like we have to just not do the birthdays, not do the food, not do the cake. And we can actually live this lifestyle while living our life fully. And I'm gonna give you the mindset tips behind it and kind of showcase a bit of my partner's birthday week because, we're celebrating for a whole week for him, for his 40th. We have friends at the house, we have the cake coming, we have going out to dinners, all this different stuff. And I wanna be able to show you how you can do that, but also I'm gonna give you tips on how to do that as a nurse as well. So let's get into it. All right, Kels. So I would say the biggest thing is, number one, mindset behind this stuff, okay? So everyone thinks, especially with being a nurse, that you have to separate the two, your fitness journey from work and your home life from work and your fitness journey. And it feels too complex, so people often just neglect one of them. But the important piece is especially around the person that we want to become, we want to become the person that's hey, I can do it all. I can be it all and I can literally juggle everything. And that really actually comes down to mindset. It comes down to being okay, I am putting in the forefront. If you think about your fitness journey on the forefront, in that I always like to explain it as if there's burners. Okay. So when you have a stove, you have 4 burners. And on the front burner, that's usually the one where you're stirring it the most, you're giving it the most attention. And then you have the back burners where something's kind of sizzling, is doing its thing, but it doesn't need as much focus. So really the things that you struggle the most with should actually be on the forefront and on the front burners, okay? So if you think about your fitness journey and what you struggle the most with, if that is steps, if that's the workouts, whatever that is, put it on the front burner. That's gonna be your focus for today. And I want you to think about that. And then I want you to focus the most on that. Okay, I want you to be thinking about that all day, even when you're at work. I want you to think about it when you're making plans with friends. You want to be thinking about, how am I going to arrange this around my fitness journey? Even if that's not the biggest priority. Obviously, we have work, that's a big priority. We have family, we have relationships, we have friends. Still think about that on the forefront, okay? Because you want these goals and you want to simultaneously have these goals while still living your life, and it's very possible. So when you have that on the front burner, you want to be thinking about, okay, I know on the weekend, and I see this all the time with my girls that I coach, is they have the parties on the weekend. They have the drinks on the weekend. They have different things. And they're how do I arrange that? It's very simple. You just have to think about what's on your front burner. If on your front burner, it is, I really need to get steps in because I have been lacking on that. I really need to get workouts in. Then you should be okay, what time do I got to wake up in the morning to be able to do this? What time do I need to arrange it around my schedule so that you're not pushing it too long in the day so that you get tied up and then you're with friends and you're I couldn't be bothered to work out. You push it until the weekend and then it's Sunday and you're I got really busy, and then it ends up being a new week and you didn't get all the goals. You need to be thinking about this while everything is going on. So something that I'm doing this week is I already mapped out exactly the days that I'm going to be working out, exactly how I'm going to get the steps in, how I'm going to get my work in, everything. For me, just personally, because doing everything in here, I'm going to be waking up at 4 a.m., sometimes 3 a.m. and to be able to get it all in. My schedule kind of runs at 4 a.m. I'm doing some work and then also on the treadmill. So if you're in school, or you could do some work while you're on the treadmill if you're not actually in the hospital, I would do it that way. And then you want to think about, okay, where with my shifts or where with my week can I get the workout in ideally? And you want to front load it. You want to be okay, early in the week, I'm going to get it in instead of waiting later. So you want to plan that ahead of time, because you shouldn't actually be just rizzing your whole week and being okay, I'm just going to go wherever sort of thing. So I am going to be doing all the work, doing everything, getting the steps in, locking in the workouts early morning and then enjoying the nights, okay, with my friends, having people over, all the things. I don't personally party, I don't drink, anything like that, but I will be having little bits of flexibility. You know, we got the cake, we got the going out to eat, all that sort of stuff. So that is because I already got my steps in, my workout done, my work done in the morning, then I don't have to worry about anything in the afternoons. So what does that mean is that I already got my goals for the day. I'm not pushing it to later. I'm not thinking about it later. So that's how we should all be thinking. So this, I'm going to do a little vlog style of the week so you can see that you can do it all, be it all, and enjoy your life, because that's the way it should be, gals. So in the midst of enjoying this week, you can see we have the friends over, we have all the different foods, and I'm just picking really good choices that resonate with my goals as well. So I'm picking really lean options when I'm going out to eat, and I'm constantly thinking about the woman that I want to be and the woman that I want to feel good as when I lay my head down at night and I wake up the next day. If I am just like overdoing, if I was drinking, like me back in the day, if I was drinking, if I was overeating the food, if I was doing all that stuff, I probably wouldn't feel proud when I wake up in the morning. So I'm always thinking and future pacing myself and thinking about like, okay, Courtney 2.0, like what would she be doing right now? And I'm always aligning myself with that future version, because even though I'm not the future version right now, you need to act like your future version in your current state. So you need to constantly be asking yourself, like, what would the 2.0 version of Courtney be doing, or your name be doing, in order to have that guidance on how to be in the week. But you can absolutely do it all. So without further ado, gonna put a little vlog in here.
Okay, so I want to take you through almost this mini retreat that I did for my partner. That was his birthday, and being able to balance everything. So I already went through the little details of what I did for the approach, but I wanted to show you a little bit of exactly kind of how it all went down, all the things that we did as well, and how to actually know that you don't have to sacrifice your moments in time, the birthdays, the celebrations, those moments, you can live them and still hit your goals. And this is exactly how. So basically what we did is we would start our day by doing a bit of work and giving a little bit of time to be able to work out. So first thing in the morning, I was getting the steps in on the little treadmill downstairs. So I have a walking pad. It's so much easier when you have a walking pad to be able to get a lot done. So I would go there for half an hour, answer my messages while I'm doing everything else, and then also like walk. So you're already hitting like half the steps for the day. For my personal goal is to get over 10K every day. So that's what I was doing. And then I would go into the gym. I would go get my work done because I have a co-working at the gym. So I would go get my work done, whatever I needed to do. Most of you are doing nursing, so that part doesn't matter, but it was more so, hey, I got the workout in before the activity started. So I would always get that workout. I prioritize it. Sometimes it's 6 a.m. and us and the whole crew are going in, we're getting the workout in. That is great. And then from there, we ended up just living out the day, because when you already get your stuff done in the morning, you already got your steps, and pretty much I just ended up finishing off my steps after the workout as well. So already got the steps, already got the workout done. Now it's just about food and water for the rest of the day. So that, because everything goes away once you've already done the main pieces that are important for your goals, you can go into the rest of the day and be like, hey, I'm good. I just need to focus on food. So then what did I do is, in every single meal, I was thinking, first thing in the morning, I'm always going to be having smoothies or smoothie bowls, and I'm always going to be double shooting them with protein, because that's going to allow me to start my day front loading protein in the day. A lot of people backload, in that a lot of people will be like, oh, at the end of the day, I haven't hit 50 grams of protein yet, so I'm just going to finish it off my smoothie later. No, I like to front load, so then I'm not missing out on that protein, because as we know, protein is a really, really big piece to our journey to losing weight, but also building up that muscle that we're working so hard to have. So I think front loading your protein, getting it in the smoothie, is so important. So always double scooping. I like a isolate protein as well. It's a lot less hard on the gut compared to the other just straight whey proteins as well. So I'm always having something like that first thing in the morning. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, the other meals I'm having, I'm thinking veggie, of course, the four girlfriends, as we know what that is. I'm thinking, let's really have a lot of color in that meal. Let's have a lean protein. Anywhere that I went, if I'm having a bowl of something, I'm looking for that lean protein. I'm asking them, hey, let's double shoot the protein source as well. So if it's chicken breast, it's like, hey, let's get a lot of chicken breast on there. Instead of one serving, let's get two. So these are the things that I'm doing throughout the day. And I'm telling myself, okay, I'm only going to have those 3 meals. And when we went out to eat, of course, there was different sections of, there was the cake, there was the desserts, there was all those different things. I opted out on them, so I wasn't like going towards those things, but it's only because I'm doing a little challenge. I typically would have them, so I want you to follow the direction of what I typically would do. And I would still have the cake, and I would still have the little snack here and there, but I would tell myself that, hey, I'm only gonna have that 3 times during this birthday. And if I'm doing that, I'm going to feel good about it. I'm not going to feel bad about having the cake and everything. You need to live in those moments, guys. Like, don't feel like you have to just skip out on life or skip out on foods just because you're trying to get your goals. You can hit your goals and still get there. I've had a lot of women that also have worked with me personally and had McDonald's every single week, and I'm nothing wrong with that. And they had birthdays every single weekend as well. And I was like, how does someone have so many birthdays? But anyways, so they were able to get like 50 pounds down with having that moderation. So it's very, very, very possible. It's just about strategically doing it. You don't want to be like, hey, I'm going to have the cake, then the next day we're having the cake again, and then we're having like 5 pieces type of thing. We have to tell ourselves, okay, everything in moderation, which means that, hey, I have the 1 slice, great, move on with the day type of thing. So I think that that's a really important piece, is your moderation and telling yourself how many times you're going to have it in the week. So I told myself, okay, we're going to only have 2 or 3 of those extra foods that are non-nutrient. So the cake, the chocolate, the donut, whatever it is, it's like, hey, I'm telling myself only 3, which means that the other meals that we're having, we're prioritizing the protein, we're prioritizing the 4 girlfriends, we're prioritizing the nutrients, we're prioritizing the veggies, everything like that. So that's a really, really important piece, is to know and have a game plan what you're going to do going into it. So now that we have that covered, we already hit the steps, we already hit the workouts, our nutrition is amazing, and we're having that moderation. Now the other thing is just drinking water throughout the day. So if you have like a massive water bottle, I always had this really big one that was like 4 liters. Everyone would come up and they'd be like, what is going on? This is so big. But I never had a problem with it because, hey, it's my goals. We want to hit our goals. So I had a 4-liter water goal, and I always have had that ever since I started my fitness journey. And I think it makes you feel absolutely amazing. So having a big water bottle can really help you as well, because you literally are having like just so much water, and you can physically see your goal as well. So that really helped. So that's really the main things to look for when you're enjoying those moments. Now, what I did as well is I really prioritized sleep. I was like, hey guys, like it's 9 o'clock. I asked my partner, I was like, hey, are you okay if I went to sleep? Because I've been present. I set up all this stuff for his birthday. Well, his friends flew in from different places. So I was like, you know what, like I'm going to ask, of course, not permission, but I'm asking, hey, are you comfortable with me going to sleep right now so that I can prioritize getting up in the morning, going to the session, being alive, being able to get my work done that matters to me as well. And he's like, absolutely. So I went to bed usually at 9 o'clock. On the weekend, a little bit later, but still we were getting up 4 a.m. We were getting up, getting this stuff done. So why does it's not necessarily that you guys, because I know a lot of you are nursing, right? So it's not necessarily that you're going to be getting up at 4 a.m. all the time. It depends on your shift, but it's more so just, hey, what can I get done in the day so that I'm not leaving it till later? And what can I prioritize in terms of my meals so that I can do this and still live in moderation, not miss out on those main events. During the events, I try to be really present with my partner, with my friends, everything like that. Enjoy it. And I think mindset is a really big piece to this. Don't be hard on yourself. If you have some extra cake and stuff like that, you could also minus from the next day. If you go way over in your calories, you could also tell yourself, okay, I'm going to pull back the next day. And that will help you be able to balance it out. Within the 2 days, you're balanced out to your calorie goal type of thing, which means you're still aligned with your goals. That's the main things that I did during this birthday, and it was amazing to be able to enjoy it and have all my friends here and still hit the goals. So if I can do it, you absolutely can too, with the right steps. So you got this, gals.
So thank you so much, gals, for listening to this podcast. You know, the biggest takeaway from this is basically that you can do everything and you don't have to sacrifice anything. I never did. Even when I was a nurse, I didn't sacrifice anything. I was still doing the workouts, still managing the shifts, still being able to live my life, have a life outside of nursing, which you should. And even currently, it's like I still have that social aspect because I'm very honed in on the goals. I'm not trying to just be like, oh, well, one thing has to be prioritized over the other, because it doesn't. You can have a mix of everything. You just have to be thinking like 5 steps ahead. Always think about your future version. So that being said, I hope that you subscribe here for more content on how to become that fit nurse and how to enjoy the health and fitness lifestyle long term. We're looking for long-term results here, not just doing it and then restriction and then gaining weight back or never living this lifestyle long term. So that being said, I will see you next time.